There's a new trend in the workplace. There's a new trend everywhere where people have learned to tell people stories. This is what I mean. Because Charles and John are no longer in good terms, Charles shames John because Charles is privileged to get information that John told him in private. And he shares it with pride to make the whole world know that he's privileged to have information and that John is a bad person. And because of that, yes, John was a bad person. We all remember John was bad. Because of that, Charles is telling the world how much of a bad person John is and decides to share screenshots of conversations they had in the past. You see, I hope you're aware of this. Apart from the fact that you've lost John and John was a bad person, that you're also a red flag, that we can't do business with you. But even if we do business with you, we'll be very transactional with you. I won't go beyond transaction. That's assuming that we can't do without you. Yes, I hope you're aware of that. No one wants to, no matter how much of bad people have done to you. I always tell people that one of the biggest gifts you could always give your friends, especially the people that have come into your circle, is loyalty. See, loyalty is tricky. Loyalty. Some people die on that oath. Some people would forever shut some conversations from happening. Will be the last person to hear. I think it's unfair for you to reveal information people have shared with you, even if you're not in good terms. There's some people that you would never. That's the gifts you give your friends, even if you don't have anything to do with them. The gift you give them is that everything that happened in the past was the last that will happen. Just go. Why I'm saying this is because there's always a new person outside there that wants to do business with you. There's always a new person that wants to do relationship with you. There's always a new person that wants to use the new insight you have to do things. They're also concerned that if things don't work out, that what you did to John, you will do to them. So how do you treat your enemies? How do you treat people that you don't deal with again? It's one good sign on how to, on for us to know if we're going to deal with you. In the beginning, it might sound amazing. It might sound. Sometimes I also think because we live in an era where people forget that there are no rules to this internet. People assume there are no rules to this internet, but those are common sense. There's some things that should never, that if you tell the next person should die with them, and even if they hear it, even if they, okay, maybe people, yes, you get permission to share people's stories, but it's unfair for you to share private messages that people who were close to you shared just because they did something you don't like. No, they got a better friend in you. They were the bad ones. That's all. So why am I saying this? And why is it how it's meant? I didn't. I learned this thing from people who also were able to drag me and teach me before time. And sometimes you might not be able to. It might not make sense to you. But we're living in a digital era where people are always watching. Nobody wants to be the next version, the next guy you told the story. Nobody wants to be the guy who went who did the wrong thing to do. Nobody wants to be your enemy tomorrow because they know you do the same thing to them. Sometimes we don't plan to be, life just happens. But don't ever forget that sometimes the gift you can give someone who was once your friend is to make sure what happened yesterday remain in the past. It's unfair to share such messages and make them feel less. They've already cut themselves out of your life by telling you how not to work with them again, or how not to deal with them. That's the gift you've given yourself and them. Okay? So I hope this helps you at work, with relationships with people. We're all watching, we're all listening, we're all asking ourselves, if I is it a must I will do this with him or her? then if it's a must, I will do business or this with them. I should be transactional. And everyone is conscious and nobody wants to have a human conversation or nobody wants to be vulnerable with you because they know that they know what will happen. That's not what you want for yourself, okay? Yeah, my name is Charles and I'm rooting for you. I hope this makes sense to you. Yeah. Cheers, for an amazing day.